The chapter in the Quran that has the most reference to God's divine name, Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, is chapter 19, chapter called Maryam or Mary. And it's interesting why that might be the case. One of the first references to that divine name, Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, in that chapter occurs in a instance when Mary is alone in her chamber and the angel comes upon her, Angel Gabriel, Jibreel. And she is startled and struck. What's happening here? Maybe thinks some kind of an intruder. And so what she says to him is, Inni a'udhu bil-Rahmani minka in kunta taqiyya. I seek refuge with the most merciful from you if you have any piety in you. Interesting. I seek refuge from Ar-Rahman from you, most merciful from you if you have any piety in you. So she makes reference to God's divine name, Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. It's ironic in many ways that Christians believe that the one that she would give birth to, Jesus, would become this source of divine mercy for all the world, when she already knew who was the source of divine mercy, meaning God himself. Later on in the chapter, you have this, Allah describes and says that, it's interesting because from verses 87 to 93, you again have this repetitive mention of Allah's divine name, the most merciful. And Allah says that no one will have the right of intercession on that day except the one who comes to the most merciful, who has a contract, a covenant with the most merciful. Most merciful. Next verse, that they say that God has taken a son. In fact, they say that Ar-Rahman has taken a son. They say the most merciful has taken a son. The second time it's mentioned from 87, 88. 89 then, that they've done and said a tremendous monstrosity in saying that. Awful thing. Next verse. It's as if Allah says the heavens burst and the earth splits and the mountains crumble, in that they say the most merciful has taken a son. Again. Next verse. And it is not befitting for the most merciful to take a son. Again. And then the next verse. And everything will come to the most merciful as a servant. Again. So again and again and again, Allah is telling us the most merciful is only and ever God himself. Not the intermediary, not anybody in between, only God himself. That maximal perfection of Allah as being the most loving and the most merciful and the most forgiving and the most kind is God, Allah himself. Nobody else except God. This is discussed at length in my book called Divine Perfection, Christianity and Islam on Sin Salvation. I'll send the link in the description. You can download the book for free and read it for free, and also have access to the course for free. Everything that we do at Sapiens Institute, in fact, is free and for everyone's benefit.